Hello Team Herbalife, Tim Hendricks here. You know, when I started age 23, active duty United States Marine, I'll never forget, 5 months into the business, I had great product results going. I started believing this thing could possibly happen for me, and I walked into my very first extravaganza. And I had the good fortune to hear this message by a gentleman that I was just meeting for the first time, world-renowned business philosopher Jim Rohn. And as I share this with you and we look at this clip, what it did for me was it got me believing that there was greatness within me. And Jim was showing us that we could start right where we were and step by step unlock this greatness. Let's hear this message that Jim shared with me.
There's only two things that you have to qualify for to be a good Herbalife distributor and represent these products well. And here are those two qualifications. Make the note. Number one, if you're impressed by the testimonials, if you've been impressed by the testimonials that you've heard from people that have used these products, and you have been impressed to the extent that you say, I must call some people I know and make sure they use these products, whether I join the company or not. If that was your impression when you heard the Herbalife testimonials, then you will make a splendid Herbalife distributor. If that was your impression, if the testimonials about Herbalife products struck you that strongly, and you still feel the strength of that impact that the testimonials had on you all that some time ago, I promise you, you will be a splendid Herbalife distributor. Here's the next requirement to be a good Herbalife distributor, and that is willingness to go to work. Willingness to spend some of your time. I know some of you in this room may be part-time, and you can Herbalife will work well for you. You don't have to be full-time. Okay? You can be part-time because you can tell the story in little pieces of time. Before work, lunch hour, after work, weekends. Even though you have a full-time job, there's still plenty of time to tell the Herbalife story about these products. There's still plenty of time to tell the Herbalife story about the opportunity. And all you have to do is utilize whatever time you can spend in telling the story. And if you're willing to go to work and use what time you do have until someday looking forward to the time when you can be full-time with Herbalife, if you're willing to go to work in the time you've got and you're impressed by the testimonials of what these products do for people, then you will make a splendid Herbalife distributor. But that's all it takes. It doesn't take much capital. It doesn't take much money. You can start where you are. If you're scared, we'll show you how to start scared. We'll show you how to hand someone a brochure and just run away. But we'll show you how to make sure your telephone number is on the brochure. Guy gets home at night and says to his wife, Martha, you will not believe it. A grown man handed me this brochure and then he just ran away. She says, well, isn't that interesting? What is this brochure all about? And he says, I don't know. I haven't even looked at it. She says, well, let's take a look. So they look at this brochure. They see these stories. They say, let's call this man. So they call up this man and say, Bill, are you the man that ran away? And he says, yes, I just got started. I'm so impressed with these products and this opportunity, but I was scared to death. Yes, I'm the man that ran away. And they say, look, why don't you come on over and tell us the story about these products and this opportunity? So no matter where you are, no matter who you are, no matter how young or how old you are, no matter what kind of limited capacity you might be in, Herbalife is the opportunity for you because you can start right where you are.
So I heard Jim share those words and I thought, you know, I've got the product results. You know, I've got a couple hours a week. I don't have much. I was a full-time active duty Marine at the time hearing that message for the first time. But it spoke to me. And what it got me thinking was, you know, maybe, just maybe, these stories that I had just witnessed and all of these amazing things that I was hearing, maybe, just maybe, with the product results and with a few hours a week, starting right where I was, one step at a time, getting better each time, maybe, just maybe, it was possible for me. And then I started thinking, but what do I go to work on specifically? I mean, I knew the basics of the business, but Jim was talking about For things to change, I had to change. For things to get better, I had to get better. And I started thinking, but in what ways do I get better? Remember, age 23, maybe just like you, I had never heard this concept of personal development before. So Jim was introducing this to me, and I thought, if I could just get a little list of what should I go home and go to work on? How should I go to work on Tim Hendricks? And this next clip, Jim answered those questions.
Let's get started. First note, we get paid for bringing value to the marketplace. Now, we not only need to learn this, we need to teach it to our children. They need to know that right away, here's how economics really works. We get paid for bringing value to the marketplace. Now, it takes time. It takes time to bring value to the marketplace. However, we don't get paid for time. Someone mistakenly says, you know, I'm making $10 for an hour. Not true. If that was true, you could just stay home, right? Have them send you your money. So it's not true. We don't get paid for the time. We get paid for the value that we bring to the marketplace. Now, since that's true, here's one of the key questions of the day. Is it possible to become twice as valuable to the marketplace and make twice as much money in the same time? Answer, of course. Is it possible to become 3 times as valuable to the marketplace and make 3 times as much money in the same time? And the answer is, of course. Is it possible to become 5 times as valuable as you are right now and make 5 times as much money in the marketplace in the same time? Is that possible? Of course. Is it possible to become 10 times as valuable as you are right now to the marketplace and make 10 times as much money in the same time? Is that possible? Of course. That's how all of these incomes started to be generated, some of them starting 13 years ago with Jerry, some 10, 11, 12 years ago, some not that long ago, 4, 5, 6 years ago. People who, number one, understood the marketplace, that there was a need in the marketplace. Herbalife was the best answer to that need. And then they discovered that in order to take advantage of the opportunity, not only did Mark have to go to work on making Herbalife valuable, but these people had to go to work on making themselves valuable to the marketplace to make this kind of money.
Wow, isn't that amazing? This is the first time in my life, maybe for you as well, that I really understood exactly what Jim just shared. How did we really get paid? Why was it that some people made so little, great people, and other people made so much more? When I heard that message from Jim, I got it, that we get paid for the value that we bring. And so now I knew what to do. I could go to work on myself. I could learn some new skills. I could get a little bit better every single day. And now here's what I'm thinking, right? I'm thinking first, maybe this is possible for me. Now, after hearing about the value and how to go to work on myself, and this is how the marketplace compensates us, pays us, I knew that this was possible. It went from maybe this is possible to it is possible.
Duplicate. You got to show your people how to retail. Write these things down. I'm giving you the stuff that got me rich. You got to teach them how to recruit. You got to teach them how to do a meeting. You got to get them and show them how to do a training. You got to get them and you got to show them how to do conference calls. You got to show them how to do an organizational meeting. And then we'll take over from there and help them get to the corporate schools. And then I'll make sure that they know how to do the chairman's classes, the extravaganzas, and the summit. And I'll do that for you.
After hearing Mark Hughes say those amazing words to me, now I knew, I went from maybe this is possible to me, and then it is possible for me. And after hearing Mark, what was it, 1 minute, half a dozen things to focus on with your new distributors, I went, I know this is happening, right? From maybe this could happen for me to this is going to happen to I know this is going to happen, not just for me, but I felt with those half a dozen things, if I could just work strong and be consistent and keep my focus on those half a dozen things that our founder and #1 distributor, Mark Hughes, laid out for us, I knew it was possible for me and many, many others.